problems getting kids to bed. So
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and hit record. Caitlin, thanks for getting on. We should have some others coming, but I know we're recording this, and hopefully those of you that weren't able to jump on live will get a ton out of this call when you go back and watch. I'm super excited to have Erica Flynn. Oh gosh, Crumlin. Is that right?
I still call myself by Flynn too, but
do you know that I always say Crumlin because I take Katie's last name and your last name and smush them?
That's okay. We said your name wrong forever. Remember we were on the cruise and you're like, just letting you guys know that this is how you pronounce my name.
I say to people, I'm like, hi, I'm Megan Pope. And they're like,
no, you're not.
I'm like, I mean Pop, but it's really Pope.
I love it.
So Erica is awesome enough to join us this evening, and I'm excited to hear from her because she's been coaching for quite a bit longer than I have. And one thing I love about her is that she always brings it when it comes to positivity and realness. And I just look at her as a leader in terms of a coach that embodies this 100%. Like when I think of Erica, I always think of someone that is going to be around, and doing this. Like this is who she is. She's a coach through and through. And I love her attitude about, and how that comes across to, her team, throughout the whole Beatnik Bigger family. And I'm excited to have her talk to us tonight.
Hey, a lifer, right?
A lifer.
The lifers. It's crazy because Katie and I, this month was 4 years ago that we were in Nikki's challenge group. So
really,
yeah. So for any of you that don't know my backstory, because I feel like I'm old in business now. Yeah, we literally, Katie bought TurboFire and took the money from my bank account because our family's bank accounts were all connected through our bank. We said, we're doing this. And then the worst part was the next month is when Vanilla Shakeology came out. And we never bought a challenge pack. And we had vanilla, and we told Nick, we're like, this is disgusting. We hate it. I will not drink this. And Nikki, because we were friends, she ended up shipping us her chocolate, and we shipped her our vanilla, and the rest is history. So thank goodness she did that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, guys, I'm really excited to talk to you. And the thing that I really want to speak to you about tonight is just the longevity of this business and how it can knock the shit out of you, but it can also be the greatest gift, and it will be the greatest gift that you can give yourself. I always work off of acronyms when I do team calls. I feel like it just organizes me a little bit. So I have longevity written down the left-hand side of my paper, and then it gave me some talking points. But I also do that too, so that Megan, I'll pass that on to you. And
that'd be awesome.
Yeah, it's a good thing for people to kind of print out or put on their desk or look at it at another time. So it kind of jumps around a little bit, but I promise it will hopefully all make sense to you guys in the end. But I want to start with L, which is going to be love your vision and why. And I always say, and the reason I'm saying this is I want to teach you guys how to create longevity in this business. It's hard. We're literally business owners. I mean, this is, we have to self-motivate ourselves every single day to do this. And that's not easy. When I used to work for my dad's car dealership, I worked 60 hours a week, and I had tasks that I had to meet. I had goals. And when you own your own business, it's on you. And that's a lot of pressure. So I want to kind of teach you guys some good practices. I'm going to give you some good tough love and ways to create longevity in your business moving forward. So like I said, the first one is love your vision and why. And I feel like as Beachbody coaches, we talk about your why constantly, but I like putting vision in front of that because I feel like without a vision, you cannot even have a why, if that makes sense, because I see them as two different things. So I talk about the seasons of life all the time. When I started in this business, I was in a very new relationship in the military, who is my now husband. Like I said, I worked for a car dealership, working 60 hours a week. This wasn't even on my radar. I did not want to be a full-time coach. That really wasn't even my aspirations because I didn't really believe in myself in the beginning that I could do that. So really my why at the time was to just continue to be in shape, continue to grow a relationship with my sister. Beachbody saved us. We hated each other before Beachbody, which is probably shocking to you because we're so close. And we've run this business together. So, but my season of life is different. I'm pregnant. I'm building a house. I know I'm insane. I feel like ignorance is bliss on that because I just don't even know what's coming. So it's just like, whatever, just throw like your biggest life events in 1 year. It's fine. But really kind of grasping where you're at in your life right now and embracing that it's okay if your vision and why are different. And they probably should be, because life goes on, life gets messy, life gets hard, life is joyous. Just knowing what those things are for you right now and really taking a look at that. I feel like that's so cliche because literally we're like, know your why, but it's true. The other thing I have on here too, and I have notes, you guys, I'm like a big notes person, but taking your vision and implementing it into action. So it's one thing to say, okay, I'm a coach now for a year and I really want to be full-time in a year. Well, if you don't implement these daily things or these daily tasks or hitting these goals, you're never going to achieve that. I hate saying that because I feel like it's so blunt, but it's so true. You know, if you're not putting the steps forward to being better, then it's never going to happen. So the next one I have is and I said that our credibility is everything in this business. I don't care if you're not a nutritionist. I don't care if you're not a trainer. I don't care if you're not a Beachbody Live trainer. It has nothing to do with that to be a credible coach. Absolutely nothing. I have no background whatsoever other than being an athlete my whole life and being active. So you guys, I've had hills and valleys in this business. I've had times where, when I was getting married, I felt like maybe I wasn't posting enough, or in my first trimester, my head was in the toilet half of the day and I wasn't posting enough. But our credibility is everything in this business. And I feel like this next point is really good for newer coaches that, nobody, that old high school bully that you actually still care about on Facebook, I don't know why you care, because they're probably like not doing anything with their life now. Or those mean girls that you can't stand, those people cannot take your credibility from you ever, 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 ever in this business. You're the only person that can take your credibility and in turn can hurt your longevity in this business. And I feel like I've gone through that. I put a little bit of weight back on and I felt like, okay, that's taken my credibility, but it's okay because I embraced it and I've talked about it and I've addressed it and I've reshifted my vision and my why, and that all comes back together, if that all makes sense to you guys. But, I love this. I heard this a long time ago, but it says in any season of your life in trying to create the credibility in this business, it's not about how fast you are, it's about how steadfast you are. And that is so freaking true. I don't care if you are not at your weight loss goal, or I don't care if maybe you necessarily aren't at your next rank goal. And we're going to talk about that in a little bit, but I just care that you're still doing things every single day to reach goals. You know what I mean? And to be better. I feel like with this business too, like if you're working on yourself, if you're doing your PD, if you're working out, if you're drinking your Shakeology, like it's not even about your business. You're making your life better. So if you're going to be steadfast in that, it's going to help you tenfold. The next one is N, and we're going to talk about non-negotiable goals. So I signed up to coach in September of 2013. I've never not hit Success Club, ever since that day. And I'm freaking proud of that. Like, I will pat myself on the back. I think that's awesome. And everybody in this business has different goals of rank, income. Do they want to go full time? Do they not? We all have different goals. Everybody should share the goal of hitting Success Club 5. Everybody. It is literally non-negotiable. I am so evil about it. Like, Guys, I told you in the beginning, it's like I was so sick in my first trimester. I hit Success Club the last month. I hit it on the last day of the month. And the month before that, I hit it like within 2 days of the month ending. Because I was like, no, I will not let it go. It's important to me, but it's more than that. It's more than like the vanity or I don't know if that's the right word, but like the shiny trophy of hitting Success Club 5. It means that my business moved forward that month because I signed up either 3 to 5 people. And I set goals for myself on signing up coaches. I want to sign up maybe 2 to 3 a month right now, which could be a lofty goal for some. It could be a low goal for some. Everybody's different, but I can't stress it enough. Like, the longevity of this business, like, I am where I am and my income is where I am because I have hit Success Club 5. I hit Success Club 10 for 24 months. Actually, I think it ended up being like 30 some months. And then I eventually, I think around my wedding, I let it go. And I just was like, hey, 5 is still great. That was a huge goal of mine. And I'm still a legend in that aspect of it. But if I'm hitting that, I know, and if you're hitting it, that your business has moved forward. And then you get those people and you retain them in your challenge groups. And ththose people are Shakeology HD customers. And then those people are all access, longevity. You know what I mean? Like, if you're not hitting that goal, I just don't even understand what you're doing. Like, I feel that, like, that's so blunt to say, but like, how are you not? So, like I said, I feel like I'm mean when it comes to talking about Success Club, but it's so important, you guys. Okay. The next one is G, and it's get over it. I'm really nice, I promise. Okay. So there's 2 types of coaches in this business. There is the coach that will grind their ass off till 11:59 p.m. on the 31st of the month, and they miss that goal, whether it be Success Club 10 or a rank goal, or they're trying to qualify for something, they miss it. But that coach shows up on the 1st of the month with the fire burning in their belly and just as motivated to, like, kick the crap out of their business and rock it. Okay. They're like the get over it coach. Because guess what? If you're working hard, and you should be working hard, I don't want to say every day of the month, because you should take some time off if you need to, but especially if you're grinding at the end of the month, you have those people on like the hook and line to lock them down at the beginning of your month. So there's that type of coach that can get over it really fast. Or there's the coach that really dwells on it and literally just like cannot let it go that they missed a goal or that they missed a rank, and they don't even start working again until like the 12th, 13th, 14th of the month. Like, you missed an entire half of the month. And guys, like, that happens. Like, people literally cannot bury them. Like, they cannot like dig themselves out of the hole that they buried themselves into because they're disappointed. And if you let disappointment ruin you in this business, if you let it eat at you, you will never, never, never survive it. I am a Star Diamond coach right now. I've never been an elite coach. I've never been a premier coach, but I am in my mind because I work really, really, really freaking hard, and I've built a really nice income for myself. If you guys aren't hitting goals that you want, it doesn't mean that you failed at all. It just means that you need to do things different for the next month. So we'll talk about that in a little bit too, just kind of identifying things that you can change. But please, please don't be that number 2 coach that can't get over things and just can't pull themselves out. If you missed a goal on the 30th, or you missed a goal on Wednesday to hit a rank, that next day is when you should literally bury yourself in PD. You have to do it, and you have to stay consistent with that, because if you're not, if you let it eat at you, you're never going to be able to overcome that ever. My sister is Katie Flynn Crum. Hello, like, million Star Diamond, will be in the million club by the time she's like probably not even 30 yet. And I don't give a shit because I like where I'm at in my business. Sorry, I swear a lot, you guys. I hope nobody has their kids listening. But it's me. It's about me and my business and where I'm at. I'm in a different place in my life. I'm having a baby, Elite's really not even on my mind for this year because it really just probably won't happen. But I'm working as if I'm an elite coach, because that's the mindset that I keep, that I know I have a lot to bring. I was making these notes, and you know what I thought to myself? I'm really knowledgeable in this business, and you guys are too. Every single one of you, even if you've only been a coach for a couple of months, you're really good at something. I promise you. You don't have to be good at everything. The next one is E, and I have everyday matters. So I am like really bad at waking up in the morning, because I'm a full-time coach, and especially now because I'm really sick in the mornings, I will wake up, I will like try to find my life, I'll dry heave a couple hours. Like, I'm trying to find my life right now. And it would get to the point that like I would get my dogs out and all this stuff, and it would be like, oh my God, it's 11, 12 noon, and I haven't even posted today. Like, what am I doing? I really love this saying that I heard a long time ago too, and it always has stuck with me, is that do not leave your day to chance. You guys have to schedule your day. Like, if you're a planner and you like pen and paper, like I'm going to Disney World and I joked about it. Like I have this notebook with like all of our fast passes written down. Like there's an app for that, but I like pen and paper. Like that's just who I am. You have to be realistic with the tasks that you want to accomplish. So if you're the kind of person that's like, you cannot schedule out a week in advance. Like there's no possible way that you could like even fathom like making your schedule, and especially your work schedule. Do it the night before. And don't tell me that you don't have time, because I know your Facebook's scrolling in your bed with that light shining in your face. I know you have a couple of minutes. That's what I started doing. When I got into my bed and I would do the Facebook scrolling, I would literally think, what did I accomplish today and what did I not accomplish? And whatever I didn't accomplish went to the top of my list, and I literally keep it on my bedside stand. And when I wake up the next day, that is the first thing that I have to do. If I leave my day to chance, I'm not getting anything done. I am not organized like that. I cannot function on my day like that. But be realistic. If you are a planner and you can plan your month out in advance and you know what groups you're doing, you know what your posts are, you have everything, that's awesome. I applaud you. I would never be that person ever. But if you're not like that, you need to be realistic with yourself and schedule how you need to schedule and know what your day is going to entail. You guys, we're all busy. Like Megan has a million kids. Like I don't even know how she does it. I bow down to her. I don't get it. I literally never will. But like, we all, like everybody needs to do what's best for them, but every day in this business matters. If you let an entire day go and you don't do like even one little thing for your business, like what a waste. Seriously, think about it. You have to do something in your day. So don't leave it to chance, organize it, and do what you need to do to post. I mean, it's so easy, you guys. I mean, I got to like a really slow point in my business, and I'm like, I just don't understand like why Success Club is such a struggle right now, because they ain't giving those double points anymore. But seriously, it was because I wasn't posting enough. So when I'm scheduling and knowing in advance what I'm going to post, it was making it a lot easier for me. It wasn't such a guessing game. All right, the next one I have is V, which is validation. So I think that everybody has like different love languages in this business, and I think that's what is a really neat way to make this business. I think that's like a neat thing that makes this business tick, and it is teams. Like some people like to know like what their gemstone is, like the colors and all that stuff. I don't care who you are, you like to be validated. And I think that especially in the longevity of this business, feeling validated is a huge deal. And that really, like, listen, the Success Club board shout outs, that's awesome. Some coaches do coach of the week, and that could be you. That's awesome. But really, you need to validate yourself, and you're the only person that can do that. That goes back up to the like credibility, that like nobody else can take that away from you. Like really nobody can take your validation away from you either. If you know you're doing what you need to do to move your business forward, to really feel the longevity of the business and create a business for yourself, that needs to come from you, and that needs to come from within. And I think that's so important. I always felt like that is like probably my biggest love language. Like I'm one of those people that like if I clean the kitchen, like my husband better come through the door and say, wow, the house looks amazing. Like that's just who I am. Like I hate it if I'm not validated in things, but that's okay. But feeling validated in your business and knowing that those little things that you're doing every single day that maybe somebody else isn't noticing, you're noticing that. So I always make little notes too, like, hey, I got this done today. I helped this person rank advanced to Emerald, or I had this many cycle bonuses this week. Whatever that may be for you that makes you feel special in this business, that might not have to be one of those big shiny goals. Because it's easy to feel disappointed when you don't feel those, you know? It's easy to feel disappointed that you're not 2-star qual, or you're not getting the bonus this period, anything like that. Like setting those goals for yourself that like other people won't see behind the scenes that matter to you are huge. Okay, so identify. I am so big on this. I cannot not understand why people in this business do things that they're just not good at. Sounds so bad, but like, I'm not good at making videos. My sister rocks at it. Like, Katie, post all the videos you want. Your like live videos are great. Your workout videos are awesome. Mine are grainy and I can't stand it. So I just feel like knowing what you're really good at in this business and like running with that. Like, I mean, you definitely need to step out of your comfort zone. That's a huge, huge, huge part of this business too. But you shouldn't like always, like if you're just simply not good at something, don't torture yourself to be like, oh, I don't want to put that video together for later, because you're going to dwell on it. You're probably not going to put that much effort into it. I hope that makes sense. I kind of felt funny when I wrote that down, but I feel like it's really important. Like if you're really good at posting food pics and sharing recipes, do that and do that often. Know your audience. I think that is like such a like gigantic part of this business. So I always talk about this in knowing your audience. When I first started the business, I have a nail license, which like a lot of people don't know that about me. And I never really even did anything with it. I just, I love doing nail art. I can't draw on paper, but I can draw on a nail. I have no idea why, but I love it. And my Instagram feed was all nail people forever. And then when I got into the business, everything switched over. Like I made like the rookie mistake. I was following like all coaches, which makes no sense whatsoever in helping my business. And then from there, my feed was all wedding stuff for a long time. And now I feel like my feed is all baby things and things with houses. So knowing your audience and knowing who you're speaking to, and that goes back up to your vision and who are you speaking to and why and what is your season of life right now. That kind of just all goes hand in hand. Like you guys have to be willing to change. My dad's car dealership, when I first started working there, we didn't even have an internet department, and he was so old school and was like, no, we will put our ads in the newspaper. And I'm like, bro, you're never going to sell any cars. Like you have to evolve with the times. And, you know, I feel like, oh my God, you guys, this business has changed so many times, even for me in the last 4 years. We didn't have Coach Basics. We did not, nothing. I mean, we were getting DVDs in the mail still. I mean, it has changed so much, but you have to be willing to change with it. And, you know, just knowing, you know, what you're good at and what you're bad at. And if you want to improve on some things, that's fine. But just knowing that I'm in the long haul and just building credibility, I guess, through that. So let's see. I only have a couple more. I won't keep you guys forever. But, okay. So I have T is teamwork makes the dream work. I love reminding our team this, that like Megan is your leader she's not a mind reader. And I'm not a mind reader. I wish I was, because this business would be so much easier, because I would know who wants to work with me and who doesn't. I repeat, do not drag people along in this business. At the end of the day, we are all, number one, given the same tools on the Coach online office and all of that. But I mean, guys, we're so lucky, you know, all the way from Brandy and TKO down, all the training that we have, all the resources, and just knowing that like your team, like Team Top Knot. First of all, did you see my post? I was like, I'm showing up for the party with my hair on the top of my head. But just knowing that like you guys are in this together. And if you're having a really hard time with something, Megan is honestly probably not going to know about it, because she, number one, has her business to worry about. She has her children to worry about, her husband, and all of the things going on in her life. And she cares about you. I promise she cares about every single one of you, but she will not know what she needs to do to help you guys moving forward unless you just tell her. And I feel like, you know, I had a coach quit last year, and I remember I reached out to her and I just said, like, I'm really sorry to see you leave. And she never wrote back to me. And then I send out mass emails to my customers. And she wrote back the most scathing email to me ever. And I literally sat there, and honestly, before personal development, I probably would have been so upset, but I literally laughed, and I just thought, what a sad soul you are. It was blaming me, saying that I didn't do this and I didn't do that and I didn't recognize this for her. How would I ever know that? I'm only one person. So teamwork makes the dream work, you guys. You guys are in this for the long haul. You guys are a great team, and the dynamic, it should always be there that you guys want to be doing it together. And, Megan, even putting these calls together for you guys is a huge deal. But I just feel like that's a really good reminder for everybody to create a good atmosphere for everybody and to create longevity in the business for all of you. I feel like, you don't have to be best friends with every single person on your team, but you guys should be able to have great conversations. So I think that's a good reminder. Okay, the last one is why, and it says you can, you will. It can take years, it can take months, it could take a decade for you to make this business work. But my question is if you put the time in now and maybe not feel the instant gratification or feel the instant monetary amount that you want back, if it took you 5 years to have financial freedom or to have just the freedom of time, which was huge for me. And, guys, financial freedom is different for everybody. Maybe a couple of you just want to make a couple $100s a month, or maybe you guys, some of you on here want to make a couple $100,000 a year. That's great. But just knowing that, if it took you even 10 years to do that and you were 40, wouldn't you be pretty pumped? I don't understand why some people, and I feel like I'm so passionate about that, because I feel like I'm a really good example of, I don't hit the big shiny wrinkles, and just because I haven't, it just means not right now. And it means that it'll happen later for me. And if I'm not even necessarily at my income goals, it means not right now, it will be later. And what I find a lot of pride in is that I've literally never given up, ever. I've gone through seasons, in my business that were just really not good. I've gone through seasons in my life that were great. But I literally have never, and I'm not saying this to brag. I want you to know that I have missed big goals. I've felt the disappointment. I've felt disappointment that you guys have felt, but I've literally never dropped my rank ever. And I have never not hit Success Club, because I control that. Okay. And you guys can control that too. You can't control if people want to work this business with you. You can't control how other people feel about you. But, just kind of going back to that credibility thing, is that if you're doing what makes you happy in this business and brings you joy and makes a difference for your family, literally not a single soul on this earth can take that credibility from you, okay? I think that's really all I had for you guys. I know it was kind of all over the place, but I feel like it all meshes together and hopefully eventually makes sense for you. But I can answer any questions if anybody has anything.
That was amazing. Thank you. Seriously, you totally spoke to my heart. I feel like it takes a lot for me to tear up on a call, and I believe everything that you said so wholeheartedly, and you can tell how much you believe it. I do have one question. When you said identify your strengths and you don't like videos, I think you're such a phenomenal poster. What do you think your strengths are when it comes specifically to posting and being present on social media?
Yeah, I think that it just goes back to planning. Right now I painted my nails, and I know that I would post a picture of my nails tomorrow. So I feel like just thinking ahead on things. I'm really big on too, if I see something that inspires me, as far as a post would go, I've never been a copy and paste kind of coach. I just never have. But if I pull inspiration for something, I keep a lot of notes in a notepad just about things that I want to post about. Mm-hmm. Just being, authentically me. Mm-hmm. And knowing that I feel for a long time too, when I was posting, I felt do I need to be Katie? And I don't. And I don't need to have the same goals as her, but I feel as far as posting goes, it's pretty just authentic to what my day is. But I feel now that I'm pregnant, I feel I have more to post about than ever. It's crazy. Like I said, the seasons of your life change so much, and they don't have to be bad things. It can be things that you just have to talk about like what's going on in your life. And I mean, we've said this so many times, but like nobody cares about the highlight reel. And I feel like for a long time when I was just posting my highlight reel is when I was having the most trouble posting, if that makes sense, because I just was wanting to post the good things that was going on. You know, but posting the things that are hard and the things that people can relate to is when you get the most feedback, you know, on your posts. And then I think too, just like as far as like posting quality, you know, we just did a social media webinar and I talked like all about like selfie 101. Like I'm cringing right now because my Diva light stand is broken. So I'm sitting here like basically in the dark, but I'm really big about like clean, crisp pictures. I use the same, maybe just couple filters on my pictures or like a lot of uniformity on my social media. If I have a couple pictures of my dogs, I know that I clearly don't need to post about my dogs for like the next day until I have a couple more posts in between that on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like it's really just a lot of like my day-to-day things, but thinking ahead too, like to make sure I have something to post about, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Anything else? Anybody have any questions?
Katie or Amy?
I have a random question. When you said, I just really liked when you were saying your credibility is everything and no one else can take it. Do you have any PD recommendations for specifically that?
Ooh, I really like the Humanize Your Back.
What is it? Oh, okay. Megan read that one. I haven't read that one yet.
Yeah, I'm like huge on audiobooks because I'm like such
me too.
Squirrel reader. I
can't read.
No, like can't.
I can't either.
I'm like one of those people that reads the same.
It should have been my first question is, what audiobook do you recommend?
Big audiobook person.
Thank you.
Of course. Megan, if anybody watches and has any questions, you can tell me, they can shoot me a message or.
Okay, I will.
Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I was telling Megan right before I got on, I'm feeling a lot better. It's crazy. Like people say, like, the minute you head into your like second trimester, you're like, okay, I'm gonna survive.
That's good. That's good. My second, I wasn't like that, so that's good if you've survived.
I told him I'm still like a little gaggy at times, but it's like way better than it was. But I took a 2-hour nap today. I'm like, who naps? Like,
pregnant.
2 hour nap.
When I was pregnant with Genevieve, I would take naps that lasted like 4 to 5 hours, and Nick would be like, "That's not a nap. That's like midday sleep. You're just going to bed."
That was basically you slept overnight.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. I can't wait to share this. It was so valuable.
It's really good.
And I just really appreciate it.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
And I
love you guys. I will. Megan, shoot me the recording so I can put it in my team page too.
I will.
Charlie ping fast you.
Like, you can just like keep on the steps. Like, oh, I can go down there and get on the line. You can't get mad at me. All right. Bye, guys. Thanks, Erica.
Bye. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Bye.